All right, folks. So it's time for a Monday morning weigh-in, and we'll see
Hello. Please step on the scale.
how we did for today.
Your weight is 272 pounds.
All right, so there is no change in weight today. Excuse me. I feel like that number is going to drop though over the next few days, so I will keep the weigh-ins coming throughout the week to be sure. Because, like I say, I really started only putting in an effort as of this past Friday. Yeah, I've been hovering around 273 for about a few weeks now, and like I said, I've just been eating 3 times a day and maintaining, since the switching my diet where I've gotten away from red meat, but I recently started doing 2 med more consistently again, and that's the way I started out this journey: 2 med, and then every now and then a OMed. So I feel like that combination of how I'm eating now plus a 2 med is going to render better results. And I think I'm at that standstill phase, and as long as I'm able to consistently keep up doing it this way, this 2 med, we'll see a big drop within the next few days. At least that's what I'm hoping for anyway. Pretty sure that's how things are going, but for the moment we'll continue doing single serving size 2 meals. I think that goes a long way. Single serving size helps with calorie reduction, along with the 2 med, along with the Pollotarian. Should render pretty good results. Alright, well, we'll talk to you in a bit. Alright, folks. So it is the 157th day of the year, and we are going to Aldi's this morning. I need some supplies to get me through the week. I need some food up in the house. I'm running out of things and such. Definitely going to get some turkey burgers in here. It's going to be a rough week income wise, so I'm trying to spend wisely and yet still be able to eat and make cheap and simple meals. So we're going here and see what we can find real quick. Let's go do that. Alright, so today we're going to get some of these turkey burgers like we got last week for $7.29. And I'm also going to try out one of these and see how it is for $3. All natural ground turkey. I don't know if it's good or not. We're going to find out though. Alright, so this is always a good place to get spices. As you can see, all the spices here for $1.49, and you get a big bottle. That's been opened. I'm going to exchange it for one that hasn't. I'm going to try this steak seasoning in one of my turkey burgers and see how it tastes. I'm not sure what's in it. I had to read it later when I got my reading glasses, but it's just seasoning, so I'm pretty sure it'll be good. And I know automatically that lemon pepper goes good in chicken. So I got 2 huge bottles of seasoning here for under $3. So we may go ahead and grab some of this minced onion too, because you know I like using that a lot, for $1.49 as well. So that'll get me started on some seasoning. And there's a whole lot of other stuff I want here too that I will get over time, but this will do it for now. Alright, so I've been wanting to try some experiments with beans, and they have two of the beans that I've been looking for. They got these black beans for 71 cents, and then they got the organic for $1.16. Now a lot of people are saying that the organic isn't really organic, so I don't trust it. So I'm just going to go with the 71 cent because common sense and everything. And then these Canna lily beans, I've been looking for some of them as well. They're kind of like a navy bean. They're a smaller bean. They don't have navy beans, but these work just fine, and they're lower in calorie. 3.5 servings at 100 calories. We're gonna give these a tree out for 72 cents. Alright, so it's always good to get your tomato paste cheaper, and we can get it here for 62 cents a can. We'll grab 2 cans of that and 2 cans of this tomato sauce for 38 cents. Alright, so my wife called while I was in there. So I'm just going to tell you about some other things I picked up. I picked up a container of mayonnaise in there for under $2. Now, you know how expensive mayonnaise is. And their brand of mayonnaise is good. It's good enough. Now, here in the South, I don't know about everywhere else, but we were raised by that older generation, the boomers, and our grandparents before them, when they first started coming out with off-name brand stuff, like the store brand stuff. People were like, no, we're buying name brand, stick to name brand, don't buy that generic stuff, is what it was called. Generic is what they call it. Well, I was a latchkey kid, and I could see the difference in price, and curious to try out the off-name brand. There's so many names for it: generic, off-name brand, store brand. Who cares? Cheaper's cheaper, and if you can get cheaper to do the same thing and it's just as good. Now, it ain't always just as good. There are some exceptions to the rule, because that Velveeta shells and cheese dinner that you buy, I mean, it's pretty cheap enough as it is on its own, I suppose. I haven't bought it in a long time. But the off names and the store brands and the generic brands of that do not taste the same. They just don't. But now the Kraft macaroni and cheese, the generic and the store brands all taste pretty on par with that Kraft macaroni and cheese, in the box with the powdered cheese mix. They're pretty straightforward, the same thing. But it's just an example. Some things just aren't replaceable. But it's mayonnaise, it's eggs and vinegar and lemon juice and oil. I mean, there's replacements for stuff like that. So I urge you to try one, and then if you can't find a brand you like, continue trying them until you do. If you want to save money. If not, just buy your name brand stuff. nobody's going to fault you either way you go for your choice. But I'm trying to save money, and we like that Aldi's brand mayo just fine. I'm glad I got it for under $2. And I got me a bottle of Worcestershire sauce. That was $1. I wound up getting me another. I went back over and got me another pack of that frozen ground turkey to try out. Let's see, I got a few other things. I got some sauerkraut because I was about out of that. Under $2. I think that's pretty much it. Oh, I got some ketchup. $1.49. Big bottle of ketchup. $1.49. You can't beat that price. So I got a big sack full of groceries. It's in my back seat. Look at that. That sack is loaded down. $27. That same sack of groceries that anywhere else would probably cost me a lot more money. But I bargain shop even at the more commercial name brand stores such as Food Line. And I wind up saving pretty good there. Alright folks, so it is the end of the day, and for supper, just around 5 o'clock, I ate some, I tried out that frozen ground turkey. I thawed it out today, and I combined it with those black beans that I bought today. I chopped up the black beans, and I made some kind of like a beef and bean mixture out of them. I just took my chopping stir and I mashed up those beans real fine, and I wound up putting the turkey bean mixture in a skillet and boiling it with water to get everything done and incorporated. And I used some of the seasonings that I got. I used that steak seasoning to season the beans and the ground beef with, and I put it over nachos with some shredded cheese on top of the nachos, and that was my supper for tonight, and it was good. But if I want to be honest with you, that was not my intentions to do with that. What I originally tried to do was make ground turkey black bean burgers. I mean, it's been done before, but it's never been done by me, and apparently I must have missed a step or two, or I haven't quite got it figured out yet, because when I tried to pat them out and cook them, I couldn't get them to hold together at all. And I was going to make shorts out of that as well, but that was a failed time and a failed attempt. So yeah, I had to think outside the box a bit and figure out what I was going to do with that mixture, because I didn't want it to go to waste. And I come up with a pretty good idea. That was a pretty good idea, though. Had I been trying to make that in particular, I would have made it more of a Mexican style of dish. But you know, it still was flavored really good. It kind of tasted like something else that it has given me an idea to make in the future. For a video, because I had an unexpected flavor that I was not counting on, and it gave me a completely idea for something completely different altogether that I will be doing in the near future, probably in the next few days. But that's how life works. sometimes you have failures, and I've had a lot of them. With being independent, an independent child, having to make my own food a lot growing up. I had a lot of failures that I had to throw out the door. So learning how to salvage something you're making and turn it into something completely different, and it be edible and enjoyable at the same time is always a good thing, because yeah, I've had to throw some stuff out before. Luckily this time, the backup plan, which there was no backup plan, it's just a last minute plan, more or less, turned out to work out pretty good. And I wasn't thinking, because I was so frustrated at the time, that I should have added some jalapeno and other things to that. But lesson learned. Lesson learned. And the next time I try that recipe, I will get a certain ingredient that I need to make that pop, because I could always use breadcrumbs and egg to bind it, but I don't want it to be like a meatloaf. I like the taste of ground turkey without the bread in there. Now, that being said, I have made meatloaf out of ground turkey, and it is good. And honestly, if it's done right and stuff, you really can't tell that big a difference between it and meatloaf made out of beef, to be honest with you. Once you add your onion and bell pepper and ketchup and everything to it, it makes a darn good meatloaf for sure. And breadcrumbs, of course, the breadcrumbs for meatloaf is a must. But I was trying to go for a binder, and I used xanthan gum for the binder, and that didn't bind it too well. It didn't bind it too well at all. We'll just put it that way. So I had to think outside the box and do something else, and I come up with that those nachos, and it was a reasonably good meal. Anyway, I mean, I got the benefit of the beans, the nachos. They were just okay, Just I originally bought those nachos for my daughter. She likes eating queso cheese dip, and she'll dip those in there, and for some reason she's tired of that particular snack, and those shells were just sitting there being unused. They're just plain fried tortilla shells, little circular ones. So I decided to put them to use instead of letting them sit there and go to waste. And I fed myself and my friend Tracy. My son, he ate pizza, so he was good. He had his pizza, but I fed us that, and he liked it too. He said it was really good. I really nailed the beef flavors in that pretty good. Good to the point where I'm willing to try something else. Like I said, I done went on long enough about it. I ramble. I'm sorry. I know I ramble so much. I had a better plan to show weight loss, and I had a clip from last week where I weighed in, I think, on this past Monday. And I was going to include that, and at that time my weight was 273.8, but for some reason I can't find the clip nowhere. I guess I accidentally deleted it by mistake, but I don't have it. And I weighed in yesterday, and I weighed 272 even, just like the weigh-in that you seen from this morning was 272 even, so I did lose a pound over the week, but it wasn't really over the week. I lost that pound within the last 3 days. I hovered at 273 all week long, and then Friday I started doing 2 med consistently. So I did 2 med Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and again today. So that's 4 days of consistently doing 2 med, and I wound up dropping a pound because of it. Now, I've weighed 272 before, so I guess it's not really a big deal until we see what happens over the next few days. Continuing to do the 2 med to see if we get any more drop in weight, or how the results are going to go with that. I'm having a good feeling about it, we'll put it that way. I'm hoping to at least stay on the 2 med and be okay, because I know the past few weeks, just trying to get used to this new way of eating that I've been doing. I have eaten about 3 meals a day for the past few weeks, and I have been maintaining in those in the lower 70s. So I'm hoping by implementing 2 med again, which is the way I started out dieting to begin with, using the Pollotarian stuff to continue to move down toward my 100 pounds of weight loss for the year. I got a long way to go, so I'm not too worried about it. Like I say, I'm hovering right at 60 pounds of weight loss. So I got about 47, 48 pounds to go. Wait a minute, is that right? Yeah, no, I'm all confused now. 60, yeah, maybe about 42, 43 pounds to lose between now and December. So, if I want to slow down, I can a little bit every now and then, and enjoy the diet and enjoy life a little bit. And that's what I've done all along, and that's what I planning to keep on doing. Now, I would like to get a good majority of weight out of the way over this summer. I would like to drop another 20 pounds or so by the end of September, going into October, because October is candy bar season, and I love me some candy bar season. And I plan to sneak a candy bar too around Halloween, because I like some Halloween. When I grew up, Halloween was just a simple holiday, and nobody thought much of it. And as time went on, people thought of it as evil and the devil. And you used to, every store you went in had this like really cute Halloween vibe, really cute little jack-o'-lanterns. They're not really scary, they're just kind of cute, and all kinds of neat little cutesy skeleton cutouts and stuff, that used to hang in the schools and even in the churches. I mean, we used to have Halloween parties at churches where they'd give out candy and prizes for the best costume, and bob raffles. They'd set up a little haunted house for the kids to go through. It was just fun. Nobody thought anything bad about it, but the world has to make everything not fun and not acceptable. I think it's all good, harmless fun as long as you keep it that way, and that's the way you think of it. But people ruin everything, right? You had those that group of moms, that developed in the 80s, and those were the first Gen Xers to start aging, and the last of the boomers. They kind of merged together in their way of thinking. I guess you could consider that a micro generation in itself, since that's becoming a thing now, of these moms group, like like what YouTube makes you label your video not made for children because of the COPPA Act. That all started with the Saturday morning cartoons, not suitable for kids type stuff. And that's why you don't see cartoons on Saturday morning anymore. You see these educational children shows that nobody watches. They suck. and you can't even, really, you don't even really see the cute cartoon monsters, like on cereal boxes and the little toucan and the Lucky Charm. They complain about all that, that's just targeting kids to get fat or whatever. Man, what kind of world is it that a kid would have to grow up in? He can't enjoy some sugar smacks, with a little frog on it that says Diggle. Man, I used to love watching that little frog. But that's not what made me like the cereal. Was the frog? It might have helped me try the cereal, but the cereal, I liked it because it was good. Trust me, there were some cereals out there like Cocoa Puffs, and I'm sorry if there's a Cocoa Puffs fan out there. That bird did nothing for me to like that cereal. I freaking hated Cocoa Puffs. I hated everything about the way they tasted. But my sister, she loved some Cocoa Puffs, and she loved those any of the chocolate cereals. She liked I'm talking about my sister that passed away due to brain cancer. Boy, I'm gonna make this video long, so I'm gonna try to wrap this up. But yeah, she liked any of the chocolatey cereals, like the Cocoa Pebbles and the Cocoa Puffs and that type of stuff. But we also liked the regular cereals too that weren't kiddie. I used to love, and you can't find it no more. I used to love me some Product 19. I used to love that cereal. Sorry about that. And my sister, she loved Bran Flakes, and I like Bran Flakes because she introduced me to Bran Flakes, and those were not targeted for kids. We loved them. We loved those cereals just alongside the sugar cereals. We liked it all. Special K, we even liked Special K. Man, Special K almost tasted like Rice Krispies, but slightly different. We liked all that stuff. All it had to say was cereal. We liked it no matter what was on the box. And none of those were marketed toward kids. Excuse me. I got a tickle in my throat. Yeah, none of those were marketed toward kids, but we loved them anyway. Why do people gotta find something to complain about? And they complain until, everything's taken away. Like I said, it's going to be a utopian future where the last surviving restaurant and way of eating is going to be all Taco Bell products. But instead of the traditional Taco Bell that we see now, it's going to be vegetable tacos. Alright, well, hopefully I'm gone before that happens. But until that day, I'm going to continue eating my normal way of eating and enjoying the foods that I like every now and then because, I do not want to live in a world without some sugar smacks or some corn pops or some frosted flakes. Alright, folks, that's all I got for today. Until tomorrow, y'all have a good one.